Hi, and welcome back. Now, in order for you to get the most out of this technology, to make the best decisions about how and when to use it, you have to understand what the technology is designed to do and its primary benefits. So, there are three primary benefits, and I'm going to discuss each one starting with the first. The first benefit of passive brain fitness video technology is to increase cross hemispheric communication between the right side and the left side of the brain, and to strengthen neural pathway growth between the left and the right side of the brain. So why is that important? Well, it's important for several reasons, but one of the most important is this, is that negative emotions like stress, fear, anxiety, overwhelm, stuff that, most of us feel at some point in time and every single day, has a tendency to constrict electrical activity in the brain to either one side or the other. And if the emotions are strong enough, what happens is that the electricity and the blood flow sort of get trapped on one side of the brain or the other, cutting off access to all your resources. And this is not very good, right? Because just like your body, your brain has all kinds of specialty organs that do all these really great things for you. And if the electricity and the blood flow is constricted away from those areas of the brain, you simply just can't use your brain to the best of your ability. I mean, there's a lot of great modalities in the world that help people use the law of attraction, heal, increase brain functions. They're there for psychological health. But a lot of them involve using your brain in order to use them. And the problem with that is that when people are in stress, in fear, in anxiety, their brain is already compromised, right? And so you trying to think your way out of a bad situation using a compromised brain just doesn't work that well. Well, this technology is designed to give your brain back more and more over time, and also to strengthen it more and more over time by balancing the electrical activity between the right side and the left side and strengthening those neural pathways that connect the left and the right side of your brain. And in doing that, if you use the technology while you're experiencing stress or anxiety or overwhelm, as the technology forces the brain to bounce signals between the left and the right side of the brain, that stress or negativity that's sort of balled up and trapped in one place begins to unwind, right? It begins to let go, allowing you to feel better. This is one of the huge strengths of this technology. Myself and my staff, we use this all the time when we need to be at our best, right? We want access to not just parts of our brain. We don't want to just be right-brained or just left-brained, right? We want all of it, right? What we do is we use this technology 10 or 20 minutes, right? So that we balance the electricity in our brain and that we have access to all the resources so we can be the best that we can be. Now, the second benefit is really tied to the first one, is that it increases blood flow to the right and left side, but also into the prefrontal cortex, to the whole entire brain. And again, just like your body, right, your brain has specialty organs, but it requires proper blood flow. When people get sick or they hurt themselves, they have some kind of injury, in one area or the other, one of the first things the therapist does is go, let's get the blood flow in there, let's get the blood flow in there, because your organs, your tissue, your skin, your muscles all need appropriate blood flow to work optimally, to bring nutrition, to bring oxygen, and also to take away toxins. Well, stress, fear, overwhelm, negativity in general restrict blood flow away from a lot of the great organs in your brain that you need to work at the best of their ability so you can achieve your goals and live the life you want to live. All these negative emotions constrict blood flow away from the prefrontal cortex. This is what we see when we're putting EEGs on people's heads and we look at far infrared and we see everything constrict away. Well, the prefrontal cortex is that area of your brain you need to have optimal blood flow and electrical flow in order for you to make the best decisions. It's that area of it's the CEO of the brain. It's that part of the brain that if something bad happens, if you've got full blood flow in there, you have the cognitive ability, you have the higher order brain functions to look at that problem and go, you know what, it's not that bad, or I can deal with it, I can solve that problem. But if the blood flow is constricted away from that area of your brain, right, people end up spinning in negativity and find it really hard to shake off a bad mood. Right? But when you've got this expanded electrical flow and this expanded blood flow, right? Trials and tribulations and problems and obstacles aren't so bad. You have the capacity to work it out, right? And so this is a major strength of this technology. And, it is passive brain fitness. It is working out your brain at a deep subconscious level through the stimulation, visual stimulation, auditory stimulation through very complex and tested patterns. It causes your brain to do a massive amount of subconscious internal math, which revs up. That's how the blood flow gets expanded. That's how the electricity gets expanded in your brain, because it forces this huge amount of internal math because of the sound stimulation and the visual stimulation, and it revs up your higher order thinking without tiring you out. Active brain fitness is really great. I love active brain fitness, right? But if you do an hour of active brain fitness, like doing a crossword or a Sudoku puzzle, it tires you out consciously. Well, passive brain fitness actually doesn't tire you out consciously. It revs up your higher order thinking without tiring you out. So it's really powerful in that way. And neuroscience teaches us that the more your brain works in a certain way, right, through this training, the more it'll do it naturally on its own. And that's why this technology has tons of not only short-term benefits, but long-term benefits. Just like physical exercise has short-term benefits and long-term benefits. This technology is the same way. So the third benefit is having this ability to elevate your mood, right? And to encourage production of positive brain chemicals. This technology does this really well. It revs up your higher order thinking, and the rate and speed in which the brain is forced to bounce signals back and forth between the hemispheres of the brain and from the front to the back, or front to the back rather, trains your brain to work as a whole, right? And encourages a better mood, a sense of well-being that helps you feel better. And when you feel better, you just do better. That's the bottom line, right? Folks, you know that when you have the best day of your life where everything you do goes perfectly, you're feeling better. You're not feeling crappy. We make bad decisions when we don't feel good. The choices that we make in our lives every single day are intimately tied to the way we feel. Everybody that is in the personal development industry knows this. And it doesn't matter whether they're psychologists, psychiatrists, doctors, everyone agrees with this. So this technology has the ability to elevate your mood and balance your brain, giving you an edge in anything that you're going to do. Now, in the beginning, this technology will improve the way your brain works for an hour, maybe 2 hours at a time. But the more you use it, the more that effect lasts longer and longer, right? And so it becomes a real powerful technology the more you stick with it over time. Now, there's something really important here, too, that I have to tell you, is that the reason why this is a membership and that you're just not getting 1, 2, or 4 videos is because just like regular exercise, you have to switch it up. If you want to be at the peak of brain fitness all the time, you have to change up the way you do things. If you only do crossword puzzles or you only do one type of active brain fitness, eventually your brain gets used to it and you stop succeeding, you stop growing, you plateau. And it's the same with physical exercise, right? If you curl a dumbbell with your bicep the same way every time, you'll start to get results, but then it quickly plateaus because your body potentiates to it. It gets used to it. So the reason why we have this membership is that we offer you brand new, right, passive brain fitness videos every single month. And by using these videos every single month, right, you're always at the top of that incline of improving the way your brain works and getting results. So what I encourage you to do is use each passive brain fitness video that we release every single month. But when we release a new one, start using that one. It'll always keep you succeeding at the best and highest possible level. All right, so that's all for this video. And until next time, have a great day. Thanks for watching.